Hello, it's David Allen and you are watching Sporting Icons.
Right, so article in the description box, as always. So Deontay Wilder has said that he will fight Dominic Breazeale next if Tyson Fury doesn't fight him next, and he calls him a coward. Straight away, that's pot and kettle, and that's rich, okay? Now, of course, we knew this was going to happen. I mean, I've been saying to you guys for a long, long time that Wilder does not want Joshua at all. He just doesn't want him. $28 million is just not enough for him. Even though it's not about money, it's all about legacy. He could have called Joshua's bluff on plenty of occasions. We've gone through the whole $50 million offer with the fact that it was coming from Frank Warren and BT Sport. Joshua can't fight on there. We've covered that to death. Okay, so it's rich coming from him as he's gone 41 fights and took on a guy in Luis Ortiz who was allegedly 48 years old, and now Tyson Fury after 2.5 year layoff and nowhere near a fully final article of Tyson Fury. That's very, very knowledgeable. So anyway, he says, among many things, he wants the Tyson Fury rematch. First of all, I have no issues with a rematch whatsoever. I'd prefer to watch Joshua Wilder, but either way, and of course I would prefer to watch Wilder and Dillian Whyte. Again, either way. But a rematch, listen, I'm not against it at all. For me, I do feel that the fight needs to be in the UK. That's my initial one. Because Tyson Fury, you see a lot of people, especially the Wilder fans, were building up Tyson Fury, even though for years they were trashing him, right? But on the build-up, because they were so confident that their guy would defeat the cherry in Tyson Fury, as many people did. So, of course, they were building him as the number one in the division, as in Tyson Fury. He's a lineal champion. That means that you're the best. La, 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 la. Why? Because they felt Deontay Wilder was going to steamroll him, knock him out, and become lineal. So, of course, when it comes around to Joshua, see, Deontay Wilder, he's WBC and he's lineal. That means he's number one, blah, blah, blah. You know how the narrative goes. So, this cherry turned out to be a little bit sour. This cherry bit him back. Okay, it didn't sit well with him at all. It gave him chronic runs is what it done. Tyson Fury went there, a 70% Tyson Fury. Nowhere near in the kind of shape and reflexes and conditioning that he will be potentially for the next fight. Okay, and Tyson Fury done him. Absolutely done him. He got dropped on 2 occasions, cool. But you don't win a fight by dropping someone 2 occasions, because if you did, then the referee may as well put a stop to the fight, right? It doesn't work that way. It's a point system. You win by rounds. But he says that one of his reasons that potentially that Tyson Fury is potentially a coward if he doesn't take the fight is because he felt Deontay Wilder's power and didn't want any more of that smoke. My reaction to that is, okay, he felt your best shot with your big right hand. He was going down and you hit him with a free left hook, which again, Wilder's pretty known for having a pretty good left hook. Not the best in the world, but it's still pretty decent and it has put a few opponents out. So you got 2 free shots on Tyson Fury. You hit him with the right, he's going down, and then you caught him as he was going down with the left. He got up and he kicked your ass. Okay? So right away, how can you even potentially call Tyson Fury a coward? It just doesn't come into the equation. You could say that Tyson Fury is not the biggest puncher in the world. You could say quite a few things about Tyson Fury. In fact, you could say quite a few things about virtually every fighter on the planet. But to call Tyson Fury a coward? No, definitely not. Listen, I was wrong about Tyson Fury, and I've said it, and I know a lot of people were giving me some kind of stick on the way up toward the fight where I was saying that this is a 70% Tyson Fury. This is a fight that Deontay Wilder is only taking because he feels Tyson Fury isn't ready. And I got like a lot of stick for it, and even from Tyson Fury fans, even though I'm a Tyson Fury fan myself. But then ultimately, when Tyson Fury's dad, John Fury, came out and said the exact same things that I was saying, suddenly I was right. It's amazing how it works. But to call Tyson Fury a coward if he doesn't take the rematch is ridiculous. Tyson Fury and his wife Paris, they're due to have a baby, right? He wants to spend time with his family. After 2.5 years out, doing everything that he'd done to his body, again, self-inflicted, we've said this before. But to say that, he doesn't deserve to spend a bit of time at home with his family? Of course he does that. He's not saying, I'm not going to fight you next. He's saying, I'm not going to fight you right now. Okay, I've spent the best part of a year away from my family. I've spent the last 3-4 months over in America away from my family. I want to spend time with my family. You are not a priority. I came out of this fight the winner. I got a draw when everybody ripped me off. I got a draw, even though I won. 99% of the boxing public know Tyson Fury won that fight. They know Deontay Wilder is now a paper champion. Tyson Fury is the real champion of the WBC. We know this. Tyson Fury knows this. Deontay Wilder got exposed by a guy who just wasn't ready, to be honest. But he was ready enough for Deontay Wilder. And that's something that none of us really foreseen. Well, a few people did, of course it did. So to say that Tyson Fury is a coward, listen, he came to your back garden, he pillaged your village, he took your women, and he come back home. He did this. Tyson Fury did this. So at a bare minimum, I want to hear from Deontay Wilder's own words, I want the Tyson Fury rematch, and I'm willing to come to the UK. Because that's fair, isn't it? Don't forget, the whole thing was built up, WBC versus lineal, champion versus champion, for the right to be the number one in the division. I wholeheartedly disagree with that when you've got another champion over there called Anthony Joshua. But that's how they built it up. So therefore, one champion went to another champion's back garden, beat him up, now there's a rematch. So therefore, return the favour, right? But Wilder don't want to do that. He's afraid to come to the UK for whatever reason it is. He accuses Anthony Joshua of being a British champion, not a world champion. Yet I'm a world champion. Yet he's never defended his title outside of America. He's never left the rock with it. Okay? But yet Joshua is the one who's afraid to travel. Yet Joshua, who hasn't had as many defences as him. Joshua, who hasn't been champion as long as Wilder. Joshua, who has taken on his mandatories in a shorter period of time. Wilder, who's been champion for 4 years this month. 4 years now, WBC champion, only took on one mandatory. And that mandatory in itself was a WBC and Don King collaboration with Bermane Stiverne, who should never have been there. Even Wilder said that Stiverne should never have been the mandatory. But that's the only one that he took on. So, my answer to Deontay Wilder is very, very simple. If you really want the rematch, come out and say, Tyson, I will fight you in the UK. I want to rectify this draw. Whether you believe you beat Tyson, whether you believe it was the right result, or whether you believe that you lost or whatever the hell. It's only right you return the favour. But of course, a lot of his fans won't want that. No, Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, the rematch should be in Vegas and wherever else they're going to say, or New York or whatever. But they're not going to say, well, actually, Deontay Wilder, it's only right that you return the favour and go to the UK. They're not going to say that. Because one shoe doesn't fit for all. Tyson Fury travelled to your own country. You should at least, at a bare minimum, return the favour. So if Tyson Fury doesn't take the fight because he wants to spend time with his family and rest up a little bit, and then actually enjoy his life, and doesn't jump to the tune of Wilder, because bear in mind, Tyson Fury is the A-side now. He's a clear A-side. He conceded the A-side rights to Deontay Wilder. Wilder got a bigger split, all that kind of thing, and he travelled to the US. But now, as I said, he come away with the women, he come away with the pot of gold, he come away with the adulation, he came away with American boxing fans. His backstory is second to none. Self-inflicted, a lot of it, as I've said. But he's now getting the adulation that he once wanted, even though now he says he's not particularly bold about getting it, but now suddenly he's getting it. Okay, and more power to him. I'm proud of Tyson Fury. I'm very, very proud of him. But for Wilder to use a narrative, well, he's a coward. Really? You're the one who's unwilling to take on Undisputed in Anthony Joshua for stupid amounts of money, more money than you're worth. Tyson Fury is the one who sold your fight. Tyson Fury is the one who brought eyes and ears to that whole event. He did that, not you. You have very, very small fan base. Hence the reason why you've never been pay-per-view before. So Tyson Fury, coward? No, you can't use Tyson Fury and the word coward in the same sentence. You just can't. Wilder, you can. On numerous occasions, he's ducked Anthony Joshua. He's ducked Dillian Whyte. He ducked Luis Ortiz for the longest time. He ran away from Alexander Povetkin. When Povetkin, he shouldn't have had anything in his system anyway, but he was within the legal limit. The fight should have went ahead. He ducked out of that one. He ducked Vladimir Klitschko for years. His own manager, Shelley Finkel, said, we don't want that fight. He ducked Vitaly Klitschko. He waited for Vitaly Klitschko to retire and then made an assault on the title with a weak-ass Bermane Stiverne. So coward can be used in the same sentence as Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury? Oh, hell no. Hell no. So either way, he's going to take on Dominic Breazeale, who's his mandatory. Listen, these guys have a bit of history. I can't hate on that fight too much. But fact is, you see, Anthony Joshua has already beaten Dominic Breazeale. So you're willing to fight Anthony Joshua's leftovers. Anthony Joshua beat Dominic Breazeale when Anthony Joshua had glandular fever and knocked him out. Wilder, listen, man. Listen, you've got an ideal opportunity to become part of history, becoming undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Why is Joshua not your priority? Why is it? Well, because you're scared. You're the coward, not Tyson Fury, not Anthony Joshua, not anybody else. Look in the mirror when you call people coward. That is ridiculous. So go fight Dominic Breazeale then. Go fight him. And I hope Dominic Breazeale knocks you smooth out. I don't think it's going to happen. To be honest, I think Dominic Breazeale is a bit too slow. Listen, he's got a chin of iron. He may well go down and get back up, but eventually he'll get stopped. He can't take too much punishment. But if he lands on you, because he's very heavy-handed himself, if he lands on you, you're gone. And how much are you going to get paid for Dominic Breazeale? How's that going to look on your resume? Lost to Dominic Breazeale. No more chance for undisputed. No more chance for mega money. No more chance for being... I mean, how long has it been since we've seen an undisputed American? How long has it been? The last one was British in Lennox Lewis. You have an opportunity here to do it, but you don't want to come to the UK because you're frightened. You're frightened to death. You make up $50 million offers. The money's in the bag. You've got 24 hours to respond, even though you don't know the terms and conditions. If Tyson Fury's the A-side, he chooses who he fights. Tyson Fury can fight any heavyweight on the planet right now. Him versus Joshua is a mega fight. Him versus Dillian Whyte is a mega fight. Him versus Big Baby Jarrah Miller will be a big fight, even on UK soil. Him versus you on UK soil will be a mega fight. Anyway, Tyson Fury, he's the A-side now. He pillaged your village is what he done. Okay? This guy who's not even 100% there yet. He's still 30% away from it. Listen, I understand there's a draw. You're unhappy with a draw. You've now got a blotch on your resume as such. You can no longer beat Floyd Mayweather or Rocky Marciano's record. Yeah, we get it. You're upset about it. But you should have done better, is what you should have done. You should have walked through this guy at 70%. You should have walked through him, but you didn't. So suck it up. Go fight Dominic Breazeale. Let's see how the pay-per-view numbers do, shall we? Because you're too damn scared of Joshua. You want Tyson Fury because you know Tyson Fury just ain't going to knock you out. You know that. All you got to do is go another 12 rounds and try and swing for the fences to hopefully maybe land and keep Tyson Fury down. Tyson Fury went down in the 12th badly, yes. But he got up and he kicked your backside. He whooped you. Anyway, article in the description box. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.